G'day guys, Mr. Oz Adventure here, and I'm coming at you today from the Bruxton Highway in northern New South Wales. Today I'm going to take you to the site of my accident where on January 1st 2012 I crashed my V-Strom and broke my collarbone. I'm going to run you through the cause of the accident and tell you a little bit about my recovery afterwards. Unfortunately, when I recorded this I forgot to turn the mic on my camera, so I didn't actually capture any audio from my mic. But luckily Captain Cranky came to the rescue as I was chatting to him over Bluetooth at the time, so my voice came through over his headset and his mic picked it up. So I'm here to tell the story through Captain Cranky's head.
Oh yeah, this one here. It's over here. Basically. There was a bump. You can see this road's been resurfaced just there. This little patch here, I think, that looks like it's been redone.
Yeah.
There was a big bump in there, so I've come around the first part of the corner, and then it sort of tightened up into a second part of the corner, because I was pushing it pretty hard, but I should have been able to get around the corner okay. But I think I came around, hit this bump, and then I just went into panic mode, and all of a sudden, found myself on the brakes, and the bike pulled up a bit straight, and I ran off in the ditch here, and then the front wheel just went down. I lost it, I crashed. Step off the road before we hit bike, don't have to do another trip to the hospital from this corner. I think I ended up on the ground somewhere around here. The bike was in the ditch and I was in the middle of the road over here. So my mate pulled up behind me over here, and then about 5 minutes later a motorcyclist come around from this direction. He pulled up over here and they dragged my bike and everything and dragged me over there and sat me down, and I remember just laying on the ground just being in so much pain and just thinking, this is fucked. I've just fucked everything. Fucked my life. You go straight into depression mode, and you know. So he was a rider from the local town Drake, which is only 5 minutes back that way, and he owned the general store, and he took off, went back there on his bike, came back with his wife and all his riding gear, and he rode my bike back to Drake. Well, Matt rode his bike, and his wife took me back in the car, and they looked after me there for a few hours until Matt's friends, this was New Year's Day mind you, and Matt's friends in Lismore, they'd had a big night the night before and they were still sort of going. There was only one person there that could drive, so he drove all the way from Lismore, which was an hour and a half or so, to Drake, picked me up and then drove me back to Lismore where my wife came and picked me up. And then one of those guys rode my bike, damaged and everything, back to the Gold Coast the following day.
Alright.
And met Matt, and because he was going on holidays to the Gold Coast for 3 nights, so
Yeah.
he did that for me. Total strangers, never met them before, so just absolutely stunned by the kindness that people show to you when you're down and out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, then Matt brought the bike back to my place, and then a couple of days later I had the repairer come and pick it up, and he took it and fixed it. Next time I saw it, I drove Matt up to pick it up. I still couldn't ride, so I had a broken collarbone, and he rode it back to my place, and then the bike just sat there for the next few months, just me staring at it until I healed. Yeah, that's the story of my crash, and I didn't get any footage of it, but I will put a link down below in the description to this one, to a pretty crappy video that I managed to make from the files that I got back. The camera smashed on the road there, battery popped out, and the file was corrupted, and I thought I couldn't use it. And it was while researching for repairing corrupted files from a drift camera that I stumbled across motovlog.com, and there was a thread on there, and that's how I found the world of motovlogging.
There you go.
Yes, there you go indeed, Captain Cranky. If it weren't for my crash, I probably would have never met any of you motovlogging guys. So in a way, I'm grateful that I crashed and I fell into the motovlogging community and have made so many good friends in that community. As I said, it was about 4 months before I rode again, before I felt like I had the upper body strength to ride a top heavy bike such as the V-Strom once more. In all honesty, I probably could have ridden in March a little bit sooner, but on March 5th of that year we went over to the United States for 3 weeks, so I wanted to make sure I was safe and strong for that holiday, and I didn't want to jeopardise that trip at all. So I waited until after we got back from the trip to hop back on the bike. I didn't end up having surgery on the shoulder, on the broken collarbone. I just let it heal naturally, and I still have some recurring issues with that shoulder these days. As you can see from the picture on the screen right now, my collarbone is a little bit deformed and my shoulder sits in an inch closer to my neck on the right hand side compared to my left shoulder, which gives me a few little issues. The broken collarbone was not the only damages I did to myself. I had a few bumps and scrapes and grazes and bruises, but the one thing that really gave me the most drama was a broken thumb. Well, I think it was broken anyway. I never had x-rays, but it gave me drama for probably 6 months or more. Overall though, it could have been a lot worse, and I'm just glad that I was able to ride again. That's the main thing. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.